welcome again to a message of hope with me, your host, Fatima Gould. And it is a pleasure to be with you again inside of the month and the theme for living in the moment. And let's just dive right in this week. We're going to be talking about the word submit. And the conversation is going to be about what does it take to submit? It's a tiny little word, but it means so much. So submit means to accept or to yield to a superior force or to an authority or the will of another person. But when we're talking about submit, and this is why listening to these words and how I break them down to weave them together to bring you a message of hope is really good. So when we look at the word submit inside of growing our confidence, because that's the season that we are in. And we got to admit, submit, I don't mean the traditional word of, you're married to somebody and you're submitting to your husband, or you have a boss and you have to submit to the boss of the organization. But here we're looking at submitting to yourself. It's either you are growing and expanding and walking in your truth and you're submitting to that, or you're submitting to the will of somebody else, something in society that says that you should. And we talk about the they that say that we should and we submit to that. But no, how about standing on the foundation, a solid foundation of who you are? And the last word I did was acknowledgement, acknowledging where you are in life, acknowledging where your headspace is at, where you're physically being, and awareness around you. And then you're submitting to the actions that takes you to the space. But now you're going to take a step back inside of self-confidence and knowing where you are and look at, do I want to submit to somebody else's will for my life? Or do I want to submit to the will of God for my life? Do I want to submit to what's authentically me and that force? So submitting to the will of the person is you. And then when we look at the S, it is smart to know what it is that you are submitting to. It is smart to be standing on a solid foundation of your own truth and submit to the actions where you are following your heart. So smart is having and showing a quick wit or intelligence. It is smart. It is smart to know what you are submitting to 100%. And then the U is understanding, having be sympathetically aware of your own feelings. What is it that you're going to tolerate? What is it that you can forgive or not forgive? And then inside of forgiving, that's a whole nother space, whole nother conversation. That was a whole nother video that I really encourage you to go look at inside of the messages of hope. And understanding that I, growing up, talking about me now, submitted to the will of my mother or my grandmother or my aunts or my uncles. And then I never knew who Fatima was. I recently came on to the understanding that I submitted to the bullying that I had as a child. When I came to Canada and the kids taunted me because my hair was in braid, my color of my skin, the accent that I have, how skinny I was, and my clothes didn't fit me properly. The length of the sleeves were not down to here, but they were up to here, or that my pants were past my ankles. And I got told, you shouldn't be called Fatima. You should be called Skinema because you're skinny. And so when I heard my friend's mom pronounce her name Fatima, I said, okay, we're done. I'm now going to change my name to Fatima instead of Fatima because the stress isn't on the fat. And so when I submitted to that, it wasn't smart. It really took away the essence and the true meaning of my name. It took away me standing and knowing that I love the color of my skin. I love the fact that my hair was braided. I love the fact that I had an accent, so much so that over the years I tried so hard to get rid of the accent. And so I wasn't in an understanding of who I was and standing in that foundation of my own truth. I let other people dictate that. And I understood that I had to change to fit their mold. I wasn't understanding and submitting to the mold that was already created for me. So it's a powerful powerful word to understand what is it that you are submitting to inside of the season of self-confidence. And then the B is betterment, an active process of improving something. So when we understand that what it is that we're submitting to, and we make those smart choices, it is for the betterment of ourselves, mind, body, spirit, and soul. Mind, body, spirit, and soul. And nobody can't tell me different now about my hair. I wear it low because I love it. Yes, it's low maintenance. Less, it's cheaper to maintain. Yes, but I love the look. I love the versatility of it. I can put a part in it. I can color it. There's so much more that I can do it. I love the color of my skin because it looks healthy. I take care of it. My accent can come and go whenever I want it to, because these are all the things that I made for the betterment of myself. So I'm encouraging you to take a look at where you are and what you're submitting to and make the changes for that betterment of a better who, a better you. And then the M, we don't want to be in a space of mediocrity. No, 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 no. Submitting to something that is not in your will and not in your purpose, and then you do it mediocre. You're not doing it to your best. You're not doing it with excellence. You're not exuberant. You're not enthusiastic. All these are all words that I've been using in the inside of this season in the last videos. We do not want to be mediocre. We don't want to be moderate. We don't want it to be of poor quality, because that is not who we are. That's not who you are. No, no, we're rising above that. Remember, for the word is betterment. And then the I is introspection. We really want to examine and observe your mental and emotional process. How are you processing these things that you were once submitting to? Because now we want to poke our head up and we want to rise above. We are leveling up with these words. And then inside that introspection, there's going to be a T. There's going to be a transformation, a dramatic change in the form of your appearance. It's like the butterfly. We're in a cocoon. If you cut loose the cocoon too soon, the butterfly will die. But in the struggle of coming out of the cocoon is where the butterfly will strengthen its wings and take flight. Because you want to really know, what is it that you are? And the word for this week is submitting. What are you submitting to? And what does it take to submit to your will? What does it take to submit to the will of God on your life? What does that take? It takes being smart. It takes an understanding. It takes a process of betterment. It takes giving up mediocrity. It takes an introspection and examining of your emotional and mental process. It takes transformation, 100% transformation. And then you come out on the other side and over the wall with self-confidence. So I just want to thank you for joining me again this week. Don't forget to click on the link to subscribe, like, and comment, and then turn on the notification button so that you'll know when a video has been uploaded. And the next word I will be breaking down is God. So join me for that word, and I want you to have a super fantabulous day now. Bye-bye.